Is it tuned?
You can try it out.
Where would I be if not for your grace that rescued me? My life surrendered to worship you. So our brand new album is called Made Alive, but there was an album before that called More Than Enough. So we were writing the song during that songwriting season for this album, for the More Than Enough album. So my soul surrenders to my faithful God, my faithful God. You're my hope and anchor, I trust in you. So that chorus was pretty much set. We loved that chorus. But for some reason, the verse during that songwriting season, it didn't really connect with the whole theme of More Than Enough album. So we decided to just kind of keep that song aside. So while we were writing again for Made Alive album, I just remembered the song again, So My Soul Surrenders. And I said, why don't we work on that? And it was because I was diagnosed with a condition in my left inner ear, so it's not my outer ear. So I was diagnosed with a condition called Munir Syndrome. Basically what it is just there's an imbalance between my left inner ear and my right inner ear, which is the balancing system in the brain that cause three symptoms. One is hearing loss. So my left ear is now down to about 14% out of 100%. So my right is 84%, so it's pretty normal. But my left has been really bad. And the other symptoms, so there's three symptoms of Munir syndrome. One is hearing loss. Number two is tinnitus, or tinnitus, which is the ringing in the ear. So I've had a constant ringing, like a frequency of going on almost, I think this is going on my third year. So it's literally nonstop, even as we're talking right now, even especially in a very quiet environment like this, it's super loud. So I hear this ringing nonstop, 24/7. Just there's never a pause. And the third one is vertigo, severe vertigo attacks. I remember that December when I had that first sudden drop of hearing loss. I mean, it's just a big, they call it sudden hearing loss syndrome or whatever, where everything was just like my left side suddenly just went kind of dead. And I think the initial response in the first few months, especially with the tinnitus, was that because it was really bothering me. I couldn't sleep. Literally every waking moment, I was hearing this frequency, like a feedback noise on the left side of my head. And I knew it wasn't a noise because everything was in the brain. It was just my nerves, dead nerves in the brain. I think the first initial response was question. Why? God, why? Like I've been serving you. I've been doing this and that. It's always that me part. Like I've done this, God. Why did you let this happen to me? But I realized that right from the beginning. I always tell this to our team. Like we're born to worship God with every single part of our being. So I used to jokingly when I preach or teach, I said God could take my voice anytime and I would still worship him with everything I've got. And it's as if he has like this really sense of humor. It says like, oh, maybe what if I take your ear? What if I take your hearing? How would you react? And when that happened, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Because as a musician, the ear is actually, listening is actually the big part of what we do. It's 70% of being a musician is actually listening and hearing. 30% is, the playing of the instrument, just like a vocalist. You can have a perfect pitch, but if you can't hear the pitch, you'll sing terribly. So listening was a big part of what I enjoy, and now I can't enjoy music as the way I used to. Like now I listen in mono instead of stereo. I can't hear on both ears. But there's a song that by Mercy Me that really impacted me. It's called Even If. And the song basically says in the chorus is like, our God is able. Like I realize that my God is able, right? He's God. He's able to heal me right at this second. I mean, even during this interview, he could heal me in a split second. But the question is always, I think this is across the history of humankind. But what if he doesn't? And I've been to so many healing concerts or healing movement events where you see 50 people come up and said, I'm healed. But the question I always that I always ask myself is, well, how about the 2,000 people that are still struggling and are not healed during that night? And I guess that's me now, right? I'm in that situation. There's so many testimonies about I'm healed, I'm successful, but what if you're the ones being in the valley right now? You're facing it. What should our reaction, what should our response be while you're walking in that valley? And as that song spoke to me from Mercy Me, that's Even If song. It's like, our God is able. He can, but yet even if he doesn't, I'm still gonna be grateful anyway. I'm still gonna worship him anyway. Even if he does not, everything is okay. He's still a good God. And once I take on that attitude, because again, it's a choice, isn't it? It has to come from within me that no matter what, God is good. He isn't always in control. Then everything's all right. So it's that total surrender. We sing that song a lot since we were kids. If you've been a Christian for a long time, you know the song. I surrender all, right? That's the song. It's all. And in the dictionary, all means all. It's not just when things are going good. It's not when I'm winning. It's not when I'm healed. But I surrender all, even in the good times, in the bad times. God is still good. And if you believe that with all your heart, if you walk every day with that knowledge that God is for me, he is fighting my battles, he is with me, I think we could face any challenge, whether it's your physical or financial crisis or relationship, family issues, anything in life. If you know that God is for you, that God is on your side, that even though we can't see the answer to our situation, it does not mean that he is not working behind the scenes. So with that mindset, that's how I wake up every day. My life, my everyday waking hour is not about when is God going to heal me, but it's about what can I do to surrender myself even more. Growing with the Lord is not the result of trying harder, but it's the result of surrendering more, which is, for me, is a huge lesson for me. It's not about trying to be good, trying to be perfect, trying to live a holy life. We could try so hard, but fail many, many times. But it's when we surrender, it's when we say, all right, God, here I am. I'm not perfect. There's many things that aren't perfect in my life, but I trust in you. I trust that you know what you're doing. I trust that you're always in control and that you're always good. And life just becomes a lot easier to live with. Where would I be if not for your grace that rescued me? My life surrendered to worship you. Oh, where would I be, Jesus, if not for your grace that rescued me, my life surrendered to worship you. So my soul surrenders to my faithful God, my faithful God. 'Cause you're my hope and anchor, I trust in you. So my soul surrenders to my faithful God, my faithful God. 'Cause you're my hope and anchor, I trust in